Hello and welcome back to Shining Force. I didn't actually get a chance to test out the save file I made last time because I didn't end up using my Switch at all between recording that and recording this. So it's just been on this screen the whole time anyway, just with the game off. Oh, I need to move my microphone a little. It's getting in the way of the screen again. The narrowness of this setup is truly unparalleled. Last time we came to the town of Warral, which is where 3 mermaids, a mother and 2 daughters, father unknown, live. There appear to be no other mermaids and everyone else is human, so... Once again, Shining Force is full of random, different species that don't seem to originate anywhere. They're just a few people scattered around. No explanation of how they got there or where they come from. But then we went out into the reef and got sucked down by the currents into this little area, which the water level of the reef has fallen and exposed this mysterious dungeon. Oh, here we go. I didn't even have time to make a second. This place looks pretty cool, by the way. It looks like ice or futuristicness. I don't know. We're following this skeleton dude, I guess, into, I'm guessing, an ambush? Actually, real talk, I don't remember this dungeon at all. I remember Warral and meeting... I remember showing up at an island that has mermaids inexplicably, but I don't really remember the dungeon, which appears to have some actual dungeon crawling going on. What are you doing here? I must inform the master, who I assume we're going to fight later. Do we get to go to some of these teleporters later, or are they just background decoration, implying that there's, a bigger temple here and we're just seeing a small part of it? What is this thing? Maybe that's how we eventually leave after we beat them? Literally, I have zero memory of this place. I knew that you went into a dungeon here, but I didn't remember anything about the dungeon. Also, I hope that quick save will be useful if, the file gets, messed up or something, because, I didn't even have time to check the videos I made yesterday. I literally was in a conference call all day today, from waking until now. Work, am I right? I invoke a path before me. What? Oh, so the bad guys, I guess, this is there's the secrets of the ancients here, if I remember, so I guess they're trying to break in and steal them before us. Shining Force, I was so close, so close! I shall destroy you all! Buddy, I don't think you're gonna destroy us all. This is a really interesting formation. It's we start in a little bottleneck, but some of us have already left, so it feels like we got our party got halfway through getting up the stairs, and then the mage turned around and noticed us. So here's the map. I don't know if this is supposed to be ice or if it's crystal. I'm guessing it's some kind of crystal because it seems it's the magical temple made by the ancients, so some kind of mystical kind of place. So it's kind of a cool looking map. It looks like it's fairly large and involved, so this may be a bit of a slow battle. We've got more sea bats hanging out here on the edges. I don't know what these are. I don't know if these are going to have some effect in battle or if they're just decoration. I guess we're going to find out. They're arranged symmetrically. They could just be, but they have a shadow and everything. I'm wondering if they're going to have some effect. So we've got these hellhounds, which we've run into in the past. It's been a long time since we've seen these skeletons, huh? Oh, this enemy is new. This is the worm. Basically, it just hits you. It's not very fast. I think they can poison you. Let's see. This one is up on a pedestal. It's making me wonder if these are gonna do something. I don't know. It's really interesting that this is the upgrade to the Dark Mage, the Master Mage. He's got Freeze 2 and stuff. His attack is actually pretty high for a mage. He's definitely gonna be pretty annoying to fight. And he's the boss, I'm gonna say, yeah. I guess, I'm assuming these are, supposed to be, these glowy things that have broken, because it's in the correct spot, right? So it's oh, the temple is ancient and damaged, or maybe these guys damaged it when they broke in, we don't know. Once again, having a bunch of flying characters is really nice, because this place has a lot of gaps and stuff. And they can help deal with the bats. Wow, look at this battle background, it's really cool. Look at that red stuff back. It almost looks like galaxies or a nebula. It makes it look almost kind of sci-fi-ish. And the ancients, we're gonna run into robots and stuff later, as I mentioned in the very first episode. So maybe this temple is supposed to evoke kind of that you know, oh, ancient science or whatever, you know, it's very classic in fantasy. Ancient astronauts. So maybe this is supposed to be a little sciencey too. Because the background really makes me think of, like, space or something. Is he still poisoned? I forgot that he was poisoned. Guys, I swear, I'm good at this game. I completely, you know, it was like the battle ended and I just didn't think about it again. Out of sight, out of mind. Sorry about that, Guns. I guess at least, Chris doesn't have detox is the thing, see? She has slow, which is not particularly slow at all. I guess she can heal him when he gets a little more damaged. This is a really big map that really doesn't have very many enemies on it. So I think this may be one of those battles that's just pretty slow in pace because it's just gonna take a while for everything to get to us. And us to walk all the way to the top of the map. Ben, you are slow as hell. He's really just been moving after, like, all the rest of the party and also monsters. Also, these monsters are getting into formation but not attacking us, which is odd. I guess their AI is set to, like, guard that spot. They're about to have some regrets about that, though, because they've gotten into the perfect formation for Domingo's Freeze 2. Oh, this battle background, I know I already said this, but I'm really loving this battle background. It looks so cool. And with the freeze spell going, too, it just, the black and white in the background as the spell goes just makes it look even more cool. Like it's on the moon or something. Wow, he just killed two guys. Domingo is really good, you guys. Well, you start to outpace the rest of the party, but I don't want someone else to be poisoned and then I forget about it forever. Also, check out the worm sprite here. It's supposed to, like, be in the dirt, but we're standing on crystal floors, so it looks very silly. Oh, whoa, big stat jump there. Did he fall behind a little? Guns, you need to hire movement. You need to actually get to the battle sometime today. I think the skeleton might be slightly weak to fire. This should kill him. Oh man, the background looks cool with, like, the reddish glow of the flare spell, too. It looks like, you know, the temple's gone into danger mode or something. The defense is activated. But I will say, with the map sprites, again, it's the stripes, just like it was with the boat headquarters. The lighter blue stripes are a little, maybe it's just with the brightness and color settings on my TV. This is an old game, so, you know, back in the day, we would have been playing this on, you know, an old, like, glass screen TV, not a modern flat screen TV. So maybe it's just that with the modern TV, the graphics are a little overwhelming because the floor is really bright on my TV, and the light blue stripes make it a little glaring to look at. Whereas the background has a slightly dimmer color, and that I really like. But I like the concept of the map, even if it's a little bright. Look how good our flyers are. They can just head over here and save me so much time in terms of fighting these guys. Honestly, that's key too. Like, the flyers are useful strategically, but they also make the map less tedious, and that matters to me too. Because this map is really large. And the problem is that there's not a lot to do on it. If you know, in Fire Emblem you get to the end and there'll be maps that are really large, but, like, the battle is fairly involved and you fight the guys in the first stage and you have to get to the next. You stay engaged the whole time. Whereas this map, I feel like a lot of it just isn't gonna really matter. And the battle's level of engagement will not last. Man, I like the layered effects on the kind of holes between the sections too. It's like the temple is just, like, floating in some mysterious void. It has a very cool effect. She can't even get over to Balbroy right now, so let's have her attack and maybe get a level. That would be helpful. Let's get some X. Training healers is hard, guys. Oh, man, You know what? I said I was gonna grind everyone up to 20, but I think I'm gonna make that contingent on whether I'm in the mood to actually level grind in this game during the brief window where it's possible for characters who come in at lower levels. So if we meet a bunch of battles and it becomes impossible to train Ernest, like, I'm not gonna be, like, crying tears of sadness over that, you know? I'm like, eh. Somehow I will live. It just, over the weekend, I just suddenly was motivated to do some level grinding. But, I'm not gonna, like, force myself to pause recording, you know, for episodes just to grind and then do the next battle or whatever. I'll do it if I feel like it. The characters who are the cutest and coolest will definitely, stay competitive. Worry not, I have priorities here. I'm not saying they're the correct priorities. I'm not saying this is a strategy you should follow to have the most efficient run-through of this game. That's just how I game. Same way for costumes, honestly. Like, you know, with costumes in games, I really like games that let you separately pick the armor you're wearing for purposes of effects and the armor that you have for purposes of how you look. Because, you know, you don't want your character to suck, but also, you gotta look good. Very nice. Don't want her to fall behind. Actually, you know, Fire Emblem should totally have an option where you can pick whether you want to use. Actually, I'm gonna have him run away. I thought he might be able to kill that guy if he had already taken chip damage, but he had not. I didn't remember. Fire Emblem should have an option where you can pick what costume to use for your character, like their unpromoted outfit or whatever. Because, again, sometimes the unpromoted outfits look kind of cool. You know, I like having the option. Yes, it would be visually confusing to the player because sometimes when you promote, you get a mount you didn't previously have, but, you know, you're the one picking whether to put the costume on or not, so hopefully you'll just remember it. I will say, oh, she learned quick. It boosts the character's agility, so, like, in this game, the way I would describe it is, it's not consistently useful because unlike in Fire Emblem, like I said, where the mechanics are very transparent, so, you know, your speed, there's a formula that tells you whether you double and boosting your speed can help you get over the threshold for that. Here, it's not clear to me that there's a consistent formula for it. Clearly you double sometimes, but it's not really obvious what the likelihood is. I'm assuming, and I do get more turns with speed, but again, like it's not really transparent how the formula for that works, but it certainly is nice, especially for some of our characters like Gans and now Ben, who are falling behind a little. A stunning attack only did 7 damage. I don't know why this battle has skeletons, because at this point in the game, they're not as powerful. When they first appeared, in the first battle where they show up, they're a huge threat. They can just shred your characters, but by now, there are other enemies we've run into that were more threatening, so I don't know why they had the skeletons come back for this battle. Oh wait, I forgot I want to have Ben. Oops, I meant to have him attack the other guy, but I clicked the wrong button. Yeah, Fire Emblem Warriors actually, which is the as the name suggests, it's the warrior style game that came out. It's like Samurai Warrior. I guess the genre would be, what is it, beat 'em up? I don't know if Warriors counts as its own genre, but like instead of commanding an individual army in a turn-based game, you're a dude who runs around beating up hordes of enemies. It's super fun. But that game does actually let you pick costumes, which I was super happy about. Didn't have like a ton of choices to pick from, but basically after your character promotes, you can also still wear their unpromoted costume if you want. And amazingly, well, not amazingly, but sort of nicely, that's also how they dealt with the fact that Corrin and Robin have player-chosen genders. Their male and female forms are costumes, and you can just pick which one you want. In the story, they appear as, when you initially meet them in the story of the game, they're a gender, but then when you have them in your army, you can put whatever you want, which is nice. But I like being able to pick the costumes. It's extremely entertaining to me. Although there are a couple people in that game who their unpromoted costume looks better in my opinion, but I kept their promoted costume because it looked sillier because of the number of details and like bells and whistles in it. So just dress characters up based on what is the coolest. But I am also strongly swayed by what looks the dumbest, if it's funny enough. This is why I also enjoyed the cosmetic armor mechanics in the last story. In that game, you don't have totally separate mechanical and cosmetic armors. Like, you're wearing the armor that you're wearing, but I never finished a playthrough in hard mode because I had other games I wanted to play for the first time rather than replaying that one. Maybe one day I'll go back to it, I don't know. But on normal mode, it's not a particularly difficult game, so you can really wear whatever armor you want the whole game as long as you keep it upgraded. It doesn't matter that much. So it almost is just as good as being able to pick cosmetic effects. And also, you can remove and like, dye. Like, you have dyes in that game, so you can change the color of different parts of your armor. And you can remove various pieces of it. So you can create some pretty stupid-looking outfits. And it's just so delightful. It is the most wonderful thing. In my playthrough, I did one playthrough for a while. You also get a dye that lets you just make people naked, basically, except they still have underwear on, presumably because the designers thought they wouldn't get it past the censors. But I went through run through where everyone was naked except two of the female, one of the princess, basically. You get to recruit the princess character. She's not actually a princess, but in the story, but character trope wise, she is the princess. You get two outfits which are like dresses she wears during the game. They're like her character costumes. So I did one run through where everyone was naked except the other two female characters just wore her dresses and she ran around naked. Mainly because it was really funny. Good job, Chris. She managed to double hit there and actually killed that after missing once. So yeah, games that let you do stupid shit like that are a delight to me. Like, I will look up strategy guides for games and try to get all the secret stuff and things like that, but I also play games primarily to be entertained, so having just random stupid shit in them is definitely a plus to me. Once again, those guys are just organizing themselves perfectly for a freeze. It's like they want to help us out. So I guess these giant floating, like, gemstones or whatever are actually just cosmetic, because you can walk, the birds can walk over them, I guess, but I guess they're just kind of obstacles on the map, because they don't seem to do anything. I guess they're just here to show that it's like a mystical temple. I really need to get the healer up here. Guns is in a bad way. I might need to use an item on him. He has a medical already. Here you go, Guns. He didn't get hit by an enemy if I don't remember him getting hit by an enemy. I think that was all poison. Because poor Guns, I just completely forgot to heal him. I did not remember that he got poisoned. Domingo's on his way. He has good movement range, but still, these guys... Again, they're all the way at the top of the map, and the map is just a lot larger than it really needs to be. There's a lot of... Like, that platform they're on could have been here, you know? There's a lot of unused real estate going on the screen. See, Domingo is tankier than the others. I am actually... Oh, I forgot to equip her Elven Arrow. Wow, we could have been... You can see it has 3 range. We could have been doing more damage earlier. I bought it, but I didn't equip it. I'm someone who are used to more modern games where when you... There's usually a prompt that's like, do you want to equip it now? And you just mash A through that and you have everything you want. It's... you know, old habits die hard and all that. And most games now work like that, so... Primarily because it's more convenient and nobody wants to just dig through extra menus for no reason. I'll try to remember to heal him later. Well, also, not that I would have remembered because the cure menu is a separate menu and I did not remember that anyone needed to be cured. But, we didn't even get to save the game because I didn't realize the reef would push us to the next dungeon. At least we finished exploring the entire town first before I messed around with it. Small mercies. I'm so glad magic in this game is not friendly fire because it would be such a it would make magic suck basically if you had to make sure your allies weren't in the range either. It would be so much less useful. Excellent, Domingo, as usual. which is so good. I'm not even that, like, he has 35 total HP and good defenses. I'm not even worried about this. It's like, oh, you're not a big threat to Domingo. He just has so much HP. Unlike the other two mages who, I was hesitant to move them up to the front line to get in the fray here because then they would be exposed to attacks from the melee guys and the mage, and I was like, they're squishy. Henri definitely would get killed. Whereas Domingo, I can just stick him right in there in the middle of the combat and he's fine. It was so close, the way to Matafa. Almost hours. Matafa is that city of the ancients, if I remember right. I bet our orb of light will help. Ben, I was waiting for you. I used that mermaid to bring you here. I mean, the only reason we ran into the mermaid was because our boat broke in the middle of the ocean from monsters. And then I got knocked into a current and stuff. So this was, like, couldn't you just have sent a letter or something? This is a little bit of a convoluted way to get me here. It's the voice of the spirit from the pool of the ancients. Okay, now I'm just like, that's bullshit. We met this person. We talked to them. If she wanted us to get to Matafa, couldn't she have just been like, by the way, here's the place you need to go to. Like, look it up on the fucking map. You need to go to Warral and then in the reef. Just, why did this convoluted sequence of events need to happen when you literally could have just told us how to get here, you dumbass? The shining path lies behind this door. It leads to the land of the ancients. Well, we're the shining force, so it makes sense that we'll take the shining path. The key to the accursed door is there. I shall open the way to the shining path now. Or I guess alternately rocks will fall out of the ceiling? Oh, it was this asshole. But we just killed him. How did he get behind us? He spun around and turned into a little puff of smoke. And then he teleported behind us, I guess? Though it takes all my remaining strength, you shall not use the path. Also, we could just climb over those rocks. The gaps between them are not that narrow. Oh, now there's even more. The voice of the spirit is heard again. Alas, the path is blocked. Okay, you have all these, like, magic powers to open this thing, but you can't just move one of those rocks? Just the one in front of us. How hard could it be? Can't our mages cast, like, a bunch of spells on it and blow it up? I realize it's a graphical limitation of it being an old game. This is the best they could do. But it just looks like our army are the most pathetic people. We're like, oh no, there's a small rock, like, you know, maybe knee-high in the middle of my path. I can't go this way. Listen, 2 things are needed to break free Dark Dragon. Dark Soul must get the key to the door, as well as the manual of the seal. Oh man. You know, assuming the manual of the seal explains all this shit, we really should have kept that in Guardiana so we would have known this stuff ahead of time. The manual is in Dragonia. You must stop Dark Soul. The seal must not be broken. Again, I feel like maybe when we get this manual and key, we should just destroy them so it's impossible to open the door. Like, why did we even leave a way to open the door if all that's behind it is an evil dragon god that wants to destroy the world? I feel like instead of a door, it should have just been like a wall. Why is there a keyhole? We don't want to let that guy out. This seems just bad for planning. Go to prompt. There you should find another shining path. We had a backup shining path. That's great. They built a redundant shining path. So much of this game is like, you're trying to get to a place, then you get there and it blows up, so you're like, I guess I'll go to the different place. Just like when we got the boat, but then it sank, so we had to go find another boat. Like, so much of it is just little red herrings and just side paths that go nowhere, just little dead ends. It's so strange. Ben, quick, this place is collapsing, run. You don't actually have to be particularly quick, though. Now we're done. Oh, the water came back. But I just want to point out, this is still not actually a reef. This is more like a little island. Reefs are made of coral. This is made of grass. Again, I'm aware of graphical limitations, but I just want to point out, it's got palm trees on it. It's not really... It is clearly made of dirt. I was right, the shining path was here. Too bad it is now blocked. That is too bad. Do you want to come home with us, or just stand there? Okay. Oh, now we can finally talk to this chick. It's me, Shell. You've been with the friar at Ring Reef. Did he tell you his secret? He did not. His father was a friar of Shade Abbey. He was born in Guardiana. Amazing. Is that... You know, if she had said, like, oh, did he tell you about his family or whatever, I would have been like, fine. But that's his secret? His secret is that he... Like, why is that a secret? He's like... Did you know that I used to live in a different place and then I moved here? It's a secret. It's We've actually been to Shade Abbey. We should probably not tell him that his dad is definitely dead and he was turned into a zombie and we killed him. Also, I like that her house is just made of water, but it's got filing cabinets in it. I'm not sure what she stores in there. What you got to say, buddy? Shell is really anxious to see you, Ben. You must see her. She has to tell you the Friar's secret about how he moved here as a kid. Did you really fight evil creatures under Ring Reef? We did. How scary. They were right under our fins. You know, that's actually true, because they're mermaids, so they could have been swimming around right on top of that thing. Why leave? It's great here. Not everyone's as nice as people here. That's what I've heard, anyway. Actually, aside from the various villains that try to kill us, most of the NPCs we've run into are quite nice. Just once I want to see a sacred dragon. Maybe I'll go to Dragonia someday. That's where we're headed, buddies. Soon it is dragon time. Family full of mermaids who... Shell is really happy that you're safe, Ben. You don't have a face portrait. Why does Shell have a face portrait? She has like 2 lines of dialogue. So strange. Be sure to buy all the weapons and items you need before you leave. Where's the shop? Oh yeah, let's also go visit the Friar. Oh yeah, the shops. I forgot. The king is like nuts. Also, I think we never actually talked to him. We went in the shop and then did not actually go in the palace because I thought that might advance the plot, and then we advanced it anyway. Well, let's go heal Guns first. Where did the Friar go? There he is. Sorry, Guns. I forgot about you. Oh my, Guns is poisoned. It seems like he's been poisoned for like 2 battles now. He's in bad shape. Well, that only took like half an hour, so that was a short battle. So, oh, let's save the game also. I have that quick save, so I guess even if it fucks up, I can kind of go back. Hopefully the recording is not fucking up. I don't think it is. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe it's easy to tell and I just don't know how. Let me clarify that I don't know. The depth perception there is amazing. Be Celeste. Oh, you're not... I guess he's not a shop. I don't know why he's standing at the counter. I guess he's the librarian and we can't check out a book and they just put him in the game for reasons. I don't really understand. It's so boring. It was full of monsters before, lady. It's better now. Contrasting views of those two. Okay, let's say hi to this guy. So we'll never know what he would have said before. Oh well. I also like that he has the same sprite as our king who died. Or was it the king of Alterone? We've run into 2 different kings and they were both really generic, so I don't really remember which one was which. I think this one was ours though. And this is his brother, I guess. he came here with the other guy from Guardian and the Friar. Your ship is repaired. Are you leaving immediately? I am. I won't. I can't take money from you. I bought things at your shop, though. I thank you on behalf of my people. Take care and be sure to return later. Oh, you joker, you. Wow, that's a very small island just out in the middle of this vast ocean. Here we are back on the boat. You know, this boat was supposed to be repaired, and it's still got a bunch of cracks in the deck and damage at the back. So, that came a lot of nerve saying we needed to pay a repair fee. This thing is a piece of shit. Having another ocean battle here. Where's my map? So this is the same map as before, basically, with the boat, but this time the enemies are concentrated at the bottom of the map. Before they were kind of up and around the sides. So we've got some peg knights. This time all these shellfish are starting out on the boat. There's tons of these conchs. Oh, and this guy, the gargoyle, he's kind of like an upgraded bat, I guess, or a bat variation. He can cast Muddle, which doesn't hit very often, but I think it like causes confusion. So that's the story. This is another battle that I think is going to take a while just because the enemies, like it's a big map and this, we gotta wait to get to things, but it's not going to be particularly exciting. Also, those conchs might poison us again and then hopefully I'll remember to heal the poison this time. I am feeling pretty good about this this party. In spite of the fact that I read that Arthur actually has the best stats of any knight if you like train him up all the way to 20 before you promote. He has the exponential growth curves where his gains are really small at first but eventually become really large. But I just like May better. You know, like she joined us at the start to avenge her dad. You know, it feels more like plot relevant to have her here. Arthur is this guy who was like, I'm bored, I'm just gonna go with you. He doesn't really have anything to do with the story. Man, it's so weird that those bats have little hands in the middle of their wings. It's just... I just never really looked that closely at it before, but man, is it weird. Also, the conch appears to have like a glowing eye that you can see through a gap in its shell. So again, I really question what kind of animal that actually is. That is not how shellfish work in real life. Nor do they have tentacles and walk around on boats and be the size of people. So, let it be known, these shellfish, very weird. Even on this fairly wide map, oh, this has reinforcements. This is the first map we've seen, actually. I think it's the very first one. See, I can just use Freeze 2 on him all the time because he has so much MP. It's just like, use the strongest one, why not? But anyway, this is the first map we've seen, if I remember correctly, where additional enemies appear as the map goes on. Unfortunately, there's sea bats, which are incredibly irritating to fight because they dodge so often. So that's great. No one's really lined up that well, but why not? We'll just be taking this battle super casually. I'm not worrying too much. It felt like the fire spell did a little less damage. I wonder if it's like they're water, so they resist fire. I'm going back to the Pokemon again here. Good job, Amon. I'm really not sure whether it's supposed to be Amon or Amon. Amon sounds a lot like almond, so it's a little weird. Good job. Excellent. Oh, excellent. Excellent. It's very good level up, and we're trimming down these sea bats, who are really irritating. Let's have Xylo start working on the conch. Is it conch or conch? Or is that like a regional accent thing, you know, where like how you pronounce it depends on where you live? I think I'll actually have her get to work on this guy. And maybe Ben or Chris can get rid of that shellfish over there. Actually, no, I was saying that kind of like just generically, but the enemy in the other battle was actually called Shellfish as its official name, so that, I guess we'll just say that mollusk over there. Although, no, based on the tentacles, it is not a mollusk. Mollusks have a foot that they travel on, and that doesn't. So, that weird tentacle monster that crawled out of the ocean and onto our boat and is now shooting spikes at us and poisoning us. Man, those things are weird. They're so weird. Ooh, I hope she can survive this. I didn't realize I had quite that much movement range. Alright, she made it. Gunce will eventually be joining the battle. Oh, I'm not sure Balbaroy can survive this. Balbaroy has been a little fragile, I gotta say. He's a little stronger than him, but Almond's been a little tankier. So Balbaroy keeps running into trouble here. Maybe it's just the difference in HP. Almond's got a little more HP, so I don't know if she actually has more defense, but I guess I just like, she's not near death as often because she has more HP, I guess. So I perceive her as less, actually, I'm gonna have her attack. I just want to level her up a bit. It's so easy to let her fall behind. I know people need healing. She didn't do quite enough. And I'm kind of hoping Ben can get rid of that bat. Maybe he'll eventually get a turn. Ben, when did you get so slow? There we go. There we go. That's better. Ah, that's a bit better. I can't let the main character fall behind. Oh, one of those shellfish, two of those shellfish, three of those shellfish. I wonder if this is like a timed battle. And it's like if we don't defeat the boss monster, which I think is the gargoyle, because it's the only one that is a unique monster on this map. There's no others of it. The boss monster is usually either the only one of its kind, or it's standing near like the important gate or something. So it might be like stuff will keep appearing until we kill that thing, which would suck. I see the edge of that pillar counts as a space, so it's gonna be hard to get over to the gargoyle. This battle will take a lot longer than I thought. I didn't realize I had reinforcements, and also, stop her doing. Oh dang, she's already level 17. I did not realize she had gotten. Oh, they went up higher in level than I thought. Got away from me a little. Maybe we'll be doing some promotions sooner than I thought. I kind of thought it would take ages, but we've been getting more X from these tougher enemies. This battle is possibly going to be a little tedious. Oh, good. There was an evade there. Those double attacks. Oh. Hopefully Chris will not die. Hopefully. I really would like to have her defeat that thing, because she'll get so much X, but it'll be really good. Blaze 1 should be enough, I think. Consider MP a little. Excellent. Also excellent. More MP is always good. MP is the key thing, because then you can just use spells all the time. Gotta have that MP. Honestly, Almond could be the sea bird here, because her color scheme matches like the ocean's color scheme pretty well. It's kind of similar to the sea bats. Sea bats and sea bird. Oh wait, actually now that I think of it, I've been using Blaze 2 because she didn't have Freeze 2 for so long, but she got Freeze 2 a couple battles back, didn't she? I gotta use that instead. Forgot about that. Because, you know, the cursor defaults to the top slot, so I just literally forgot. I guess he can just hide here, because he's wounded. Guns, you're finally in the fight! It took a while, but you got there. You know, he's slow, but he hits really hard, so when he gets there at last, he will at least be quite effective. Her 3-range arrow will be quite useful in getting to that middle gargoyle. This battle is... I'm gonna take the risk here. If she misses, I realize she'll probably die. Risk rewarded. Good. A bit more HP to keep her alive. Keeping your units alive is important. Oh, Diane's on the front line here. She's fragile. This is gonna be dangerous. That wasn't so bad. Kokichi. Start whittling away at this conch here. Hopefully Ben can get a kill on this and maybe get a level. I think once he promotes, he'll be better. Yeah, I'm having a feeling this is gonna be like, until you defeat the gargoyle, you're not done. I'm gonna have him cast on these two guys first, though, just so we, clear the way a little. Because nobody's next to the gargoyle right now. He should be. He's tanking. He's still at full HP, so he should be fine. He did not even get hit. Domingo, you are so good. I wish there was like ethers in this game, you know, and I like Final Fantasy. This game doesn't really have that, so he kind of has the MP he has every battle, but I'm like, oh, I want to be able to cast even more spells and just destroy everything. I love using magic users. That's my gaming style. I'm gonna go over here, I guess. That way we leave adjacent spaces for our non-aerial friends. Being a flyer is very helpful. I will also say, this game doesn't appear to penalize flyers' stats that much, and what I mean by that is that in many games, No, he won't be able to one-shot it. I think I'll have him stay over here and not risk yet. What was I saying? This is also a super risk for her because she's so fragile that she'll die in one hit, but it's also a great opportunity to cast a spell on everyone. So it's like, if we need to res her, we'll res her. This is useful. You know, Henri's duty is to risk her life for Guardiana, and if that means dying and being resurrected every battle, that's what she'll do. She's trying to be the best princess she can. Oh, this guy actually does move. Well, at least it'll be a little easier to attack now that he's, like, in range. Oh, he's tough, too. Because while he was on the pillar, it was gonna be kind of tough. It's tough for her to really get in here. I think Blaze 2 should be enough. It was not enough. Oh yeah, they kind of resist fire low-key. Normally, that does like 12 damage, so I thought it would be fine. Oh, it doesn't have much HP, but if it's evading all the time, this is gonna suck. I'm having her heal, Balboroy first because, you know, he's an actual melee combatant, so he can get in there. Even though she's injured, she can hide out back here. She's still falling behind in levels a bit, but, you know, the healer just, it's very tough, because you can't just keep him on the front lines all the time. Let's get him in here. I know we could defeat all these enemies and get X, but if they're just going to be spawning forever, I don't want to, mostly because this battle is a little boring. Like, if I have to grind a level, there's other battles that this battle I would pick. And Guns is poisoned again, by the way, so hopefully I'll remember to heal him, unlike last time. Poor Guns. But yeah, I don't find this battle particularly exciting, so I'm not that motivated to try and clear out all of these enemies and get all the XP we can. I think that should kill everyone. I think he's the boss. Oh, he's not. So, does that mean we just have to KO all of them? Maybe killing him stops them from spawning? Or maybe it's just, you know, you have to kill a certain number of them until you're done. I don't know. I assumed he was the boss, but apparently there is not a boss. So just see what happens. Oh, at least Ben got a level here. This is gonna take a long time. A really long time. The other one will die to whoever attacks it next. I'm going after this one first to whittle it down. Ugh, stuff that's magic resistant is like, ugh, I just want my spells to destroy you. Very good, Kokichi. Got a couple good dodges in here. Ooh, Tao could be in trouble. I think she'll be able to survive one hit. Good. She can survive two, it looks like. So unless we get unlucky, I guess. Henri, this may be it for Henri, though. She does not have the same defenses this time. Oh, she made it! Oh, wow! Henri, I'm very impressed. I did not actually anticipate you living that. I truly did not. I thought you were dead, friend. I risked your life solely to do a little extra damage. But you survived. Assuming, well, she could still die if something else gets a turn before her. Oh, good, it's her turn, too, so she can hide back here. Actually, even Blaze 1, it should definitely do at least 2 damage. Save her MP a teeny bit. There we go. Good job, Henri. You got through a whole battle without dying, even though I put you on the front lines, which I was not supposed to keep doing. Honestly, though, it is a little hard not to kind of have some of your healers on the and your healers and mages and all your squishies on the front lines semi-constantly. Because characters just, the enemies have very high range, as you've seen, so it can be hard to really block them off. And a lot of maps don't have that much terrain. This map has some blockades and stuff, but a lot of it is just open. Or, well, they have terrain, but not things that, like, it's impossible to walk through. So, you know, you're quite often faced with situations where, in order to keep your squishies out of danger, you would have to not get them close enough to actually fight. So, sometimes you just have to kind of risk them in order to make them do stuff that's useful. So what can you do, right? This looks like he is the last guy. Maybe, I don't know whether it's the monster spawn until you defeat the gargoyle, or if it was just a set number of reinforcements, and it's just a matter of defeating everything. No idea. This battle is not really a plot-important battle. I think it's just like we're sailing to a town, so there should be a battle between one town and the next. Right, he's poisoned. I forgot already. So I don't really remember this battle, to be honest, because it's not like a plot-important battle. It's just kind of filler between these two towns, so... We're just kind of gonna wrap it up here. We got quite a lot of levels, though, so that was good. The ship's helm was destroyed. Really? I'm gonna give this piece of advice first. Never take a boat, because every time we've gotten on a boat in this game, something has gone wrong. The first time, that lady showed up and burned it down in the water, and it just sank and disappeared. The second time, we got attacked by monsters, and then we had to go up to this random island, and now we went back on the boat, and the helm was destroyed, and now we're just adrift. We need to not take boats anymore. It's a bad idea. It's clearly not working out for us. Heck, in Sword of Asia, there's a part where, like, your party, half them manage to get on a boat and half don't, so there's a party split. It's like boats. The Shining Force needs to never use them. Also, look how fucking enormous this boat is. We can't even see the sides here. This boat, there's not even that many people on it. The ship drifted off course, lost at sea. What will become of the Shining Force? I have a feeling eventually we'll get on another boat because we're idiots. Wow, so there's... Man, we were not as close to the end of the game as I thought. For some reason I thought there were 4 chapters, but obviously there are quite a lot more. Descendant of the Sacred Dragons, Chapter 6. The Shining Force finally reached the port of Rudo, far from prompt. As usual, we're off course. That kid kind of looks like the sprite from the first time in the game. Let's go say hi. You're up. You were half dead when you got here. Glad you're feeling better. Okay, the boat didn't sink. It was just off course. How did were we like dying of dehydration? Did we run out of supplies? What happened to us? Be sure to see Karen before you leave. You're in Rudo, by the way. It's been a while since we talked to any bookcases. The history of Rudo Village, dragons and people, and many more books. I thought Dragonia was where we were going to meet the dragon, but maybe not. Healthy eating, kids' wisdom, and many more books. That's great. Do not eat cat food. That, you know, that's a tip straight out of the book of healthy eating, and also out of kids' wisdom. Do not eat cat food. They've learned this through hard-earned personal experience. I am Karen. We need your help. Oh, we're right next to Dragonia. I see. That's why this is the reference to dragons. To the east is the town of Dragonia. The Runefaust army is near Dragonia, but Bleu is all alone in the village. Maybe his name is Bleu, you know, like French. He's Bleu. But I'm just going to be calling him Bleu. Bleu. I don't know. It sounds... Bleu is all alone in the village, and he's our friend, a baby sacred dragon. Are all the other sacred dragons gone? Is he like the last of his kind? Please help Dragonia and Bleu. Of course we will, Karen. Did you hear? Oh, typo, man. That should be H-E-A-R. Man, well, I guess with such a huge game, you know, there's a lot of text in it. You're bound to have a few typos, especially way back in the day, right? You know, you didn't have quite the budget for the translation team. I did hear about him. Please help Bleu. All the children of this village are friends of Bleu. He's a popular guy, but he doesn't live here for some reason. Karen is in. So is she like, is this the village of children? Because, also this, oh, I guess it's like this room has a door, but it's just, it's a little weird that it's barred. It's all children. Adults are bad. They just gave up on dragons. So what? Did you murder all the adults? Woof woof. I like that, as in most games like this, like there's not separate animations for sitting, so you just stand on everything. Beds, the swing set, everything. It looks fun. To me, anyway. Hey, don't bother me. Can't you see that I'm busy chasing this chicken? I can't see that. We made a strong barricade in case the adults try to get back. What is happening in this town? Heave, 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 ho. I made a barricade to keep the adults out. Look at that barricade. He actually managed, he's not even that tall. He, like, nailed all those boards of the hole wall and piled up all these boulders. Is he the Hulk? How did he do this? He's a little child. We need to recruit this guy to our army. You can't get out until they open it up. Also, if their town is barricaded off, where are they getting, like, food and stuff? We kids can do anything. We even have a leader, Karen. I'm patrolling to watch for danger. I'm just wandering around in the middle of town. It's a dragon statue. It's a bronze dragon statue. It looks more like granite, maybe, because it's gray. Bronze I'd expect to be greenish, you know? It reads, "Our dragon forever" on the statue. Who made the statue? Wait, there's an adult! I'm a merchant from Rudo. I can't do business here. Everyone is a child. How are... Oh, there's some other... I guess because the shopkeeper is always the same. Welcome to... Like, I expected his dialogue to at least include an explanation of why these are, like, the only adults. But, apparently it was not seen as necessary to... Oh, she's only got a antidote, not a medical herb, so we'll buy a few medical herbs. It apparently was not seen as necessary to explain this discrepancy. It's not like that's only the shopkeeper sprite or anything. You know, those guys are also in town, so... They could have just put a child sprite in instead. It's not like they have face portraits. I like signs, too. It's not... Most of the shops in the game don't even have any. What would you like? Steel sword, chrome lance, Oh, but again, I don't think we're gonna be able to use most of these until promotion. I guess I'll buy it ahead of time, though, and just have them hold on to it, and we can check whether you actually can equip it until promotion. I'm pretty sure they can't equip it yet, but it does not hurt to check. Yeah, we can't use it. Yeah, we might as well just wait to buy until we promote. I guess I can wait to sell the... I'm a little lazy with my inventory here because, you know, we're doing fine. Oh, is this a way out? No, it's just a crack in the wall for no real reason, I guess. We couldn't just leave all the children alone. A few of us stayed. Oh, okay, so it's not actually a village run by children. Or, well, it is run by a child, but it's not only children. A few adults stayed behind and were like, okay, we'll let this 8-year-old be in charge, but, you know, we just gotta keep an eye on him. So many questions. Headquarters is here. Oh, I'm sure the cleric is. It would have been much funnier to me if the cleric was also been replaced by just, like, inexplicably. Maybe, like, standing on a box so they could see over the counter. That would have been a lot funnier. Having a few adults still around makes more sense, but in a way it also just raises questions because it's like, why did the other adults all agree to leave? Did they agree? Were they, like, forced to leave by some unknown circumstances? Who are you? Blue is a great sacred dragon. He cries because he's just a baby. Cleanup detail. Claire, Nana, and Lance. Oh, this is the other part of that room we were in before. Grr. Be quiet, Britt. He's a guest. They have a pet monster? Who are you, Britt? Oh, he's my pet. I'm Crane, Karen's sister. I know lots of stuff. I read all these old books. This book has some great stuff in it, sure. The Manual of the Seal. Is that... Do you have it? The Manual of the Seal is a book that contains several chants. One of these breaks the seal on Dark Dragon. Another renews the seal. Oh, I see. So the reason the manual was made was also to keep it permanent. But again... Why did they invent the chant to break the seal? Like, can't we just leave that forgotten to history? It's never meant to be broken! The ancients used the second chant to bind Dark Dragon 1,000 years ago. The manual has been guarded by the sacred dragons for centuries. But now it's here for some reason. Or maybe she's reading a book about the manual. That's yeah, probably. You must go to Dragonia to try to stop Darksoul from taking the manual. Blue cannot do it on his own. He is a baby, to be fair. Dragons is Dragonia... Long ago and not so far away, ancient. That's great. I guess Dragonia is right there. Oh, we can't reach the other bookcases, though. How the heck does she have a pet chimera? What kind of town is this? Okay, it's been an hour. I guess I'll save and we can do one more episode. I got a little time. And the next episode, if we just do like one battle, it won't be that long. I don't want to make this one stretch on forever. We will not continue our journey. So, in this episode, we fought a battle in a temple beneath Ring Reef, and we were about to go through the Shining Path when suddenly a rockfall prevented that, and a mage destroyed it. Luckily, there's a backup Shining Path in Prompt. But once again, our boat broke down because boats are very unreliable in this game, and we've been, marooned over in this little town, which, fortunately for us, is right next to Dragonia. So next time, we're gonna go rescue a baby dragon from the forces of evil, and he's gonna be hard to train up, but it will be so worth it once we do. So get excited about meeting our new friend the dragon next time. Until then, goodbye Simone and goodbye viewers. This has been Shining Force.